Are you ready for some awesome arms? Okay, good. Let me get to the correct screen here. There we go. Okay. Yes, I know this meeting is being live streamed. I intended for that. All right, so again, we are working with dumbbells today. Next week, we will be working with bands. So whatever kind of band you have works, flat band, round band. If you have something you can hook it around, that would be most helpful as well. But again, if not, we'll figure something out. So options today, 3 different weights is what I have set out here. Again, if you need to drop your weights at any time, feel free to do that. All right, so last time on Monday, we mentioned using the wall to keep the body sway. So we are going to use the wall on purpose, and I can already tell, that's more than I want to do today. Every day is different, so acknowledge that. That's why it's nice to have multiple weights. All right, so you're leaning back the wall against the wall. You're doing a little wall squat here. And start off with shoulder blades back as far as you're comfortable and head back as far as you're comfortable. So we are working on posture as well. All right, so the first few, I want you to keep your elbows in place and just bring those thumbs up to your shoulders, slowly bring it back down. Okay, so this is our base. So notice those elbows should be staying in place as we go. All right, now I want you to bring your elbows slightly forward, keep them there, and do the same thing. So I'm going to turn, pretend you're still on the wall. So instead of having my arms here doing the curl, I have my arms out in front. So your bicep is a 2-joint muscle, crosses both the elbow and the shoulder. So if we let those elbows come forward and hold them there, we're getting a better workout through that whole bicep. So we are going to change our angle here. Again, hit the heads differently. Bi means 2. There's 2 heads to your bicep. So exhale on the way up, and then slow and controlled on the way down. As you go down, keep that slight bend in those elbows. You can go straight as long as they don't lock. And again, you're trying to keep that torso back against the wall. Keep the head back, keep those shoulder blades back. Notice where you started. We got a couple more here. So we're going to use this wall for triceps as well. Let's do one more. And release. All right, so I'm going to go with my even lighter weight, because for me it's the shoulder issue. So you're going to take one hand up the wall, and you're going to drop the hand behind you. We did that last time. And then you're going to stagger your stance. So one leg goes in front, one leg goes in back. All right, so shoulders up or elbows up the wall, and then small weight in hand, slowly straighten the small weight, and then this is the challenge part. Control it down. Straighten the elbow, control it down. So we're working on the neck and shoulders staying relaxed. Think about that core staying stable. I notice I'm off skewed, so I'm going to fix that. So again, it's not just about feeling the back and arm work, it's about everything else that's stabilizing. Is it also engaged, and is it in neutral? Again, we'll have a discussion some other time about what neutral is. So feeling the back of the arm work, slow on that release. This is your challenge. That's relatively easy. Slow. So as you're going, you may find that you can actually get that elbow higher, which means you're also leaning in more. Oh, okay. That arm's done. All right, other arm. Okay, so again, arm up first. Get that stretch through the shoulder. Hand comes down. And then if you're using anything for your hands, again, you can do this without weight and work on the technique. All right, so palm is toward your shoulder right now, and then it's going to go back of the hand to the wall, and then slow on the way down. Core is engaged. Keep your spine long. Again, notice the ribs, rib and hips, they should be equal on both sides. So take your time here, up, and then slowly down. Up, and slowly down. Feel free to adjust that elbow on the wall anytime you'd like. Trying to keep the shoulders relatively square. I'm okay with a little bit of a cheat out, depending on how tight your shoulders are. So cheat out is this way. A little bit's okay. I have a little bit of a cheat out. It makes it more comfortable for my neck. And again, doing it without weight, perfectly viable, because we've got so much other stuff going on here. It's not just about that tricep. All right, so this is the stronger one, so I feel like I get a few more out of here than I did on the other side. Slow on the way down, control. Up, slow on the way down, control. Got 2 more. And then release. All right, grabbing your lighter weights. Elbows are gonna be at 90 degrees going into those shoulders. All right, so shoulder blades are back and in, tall spine. You're gonna lift the elbows up. So notice here, shoulder blades are down and in a little bit. The neck is relaxed. Arms go long and then slow on the way down. Okay, elbows bend to 90. Lift the elbows up. Set the shoulders. Again, neck is relaxed. Make the shoulder blades do the work here. So if those shoulder blades are popping up, you're working on setting them down. They may not be perfect today, and that's fine. Again, it's all process and a learning, right? So especially when those arms go long, you should feel the work on that upper back. Okay, so holding, neck stays relaxed, bobble head. Bend the elbows, up, out, and then slow on the way down. Again, we're using that eccentric where we are stronger to get us stronger, faster. Bend the elbows, up, out, slowly on the way down. Bend the elbows, up, out, slowly on the way down. So make sure once those elbows go straight, hold it here until you feel that the neck is out of it, until you feel the shoulder blades doing the work. You're gonna feel it here as well on those shoulders, but really it's about getting the upper back to engage. They're stabilizing the shoulders and then they're controlling that motion, that release down. So you're gonna feel the shoulder blades move. All right, a couple more. Again, if you're done, feel free to be done. Last set here. Last one here, I should say. It's not a set, it's just one. Whew. Okay. Let's go back to biceps up against the wall. All right, so maybe challenge your legs a little bit more. Sit down a little bit more. Think about your posture again. Get that set first. So hopefully head's back. But again, if you need to, thanks to computers and technology and phones, we all have a little bit of forward head. So the goal here is to get the head back. Elbows are slightly in front, palms are going to be forward, and you're going to bring the fingers up to the shoulder, and again, slow on the way down. So think about head stays back, you're pushing that upper back into the wall, you're pushing the hips into the wall. So let your posture be where it is, and you work on changing it over time versus in one day. So up, and then slow down, up, and slowly down. So it's a little bit more challenging to keep those elbows forward and keep them still, which is why I'm on a lighter dumbbell than I was last time on Monday. We got 3 more. 2. Last one. And release. All right. Grab one of the lightest weight or no weight option. Walk the first arm up the wall, hand goes behind, and then set your lower body. Lean in. If you choose to, you're grabbing onto the weight, palm is in, and then you straighten, and then you release. I'm gonna do this set without the weight. That was just throwing me off right now. Okay, so I'm working on stabilizing the shoulder, straighten the elbow, bend the elbow. So awesome arms is really about everything that crosses the shoulders. So again, that's why it's okay to do it without the weight, because we're getting other stuff involved. So pay attention to the back of the neck, try to keep the neck long. If you want to go forward, forehead to the wall, you're welcome to. Last one. Whew. Other side. Okay, again, get that arm going up, hand goes behind. Again, try it with a dumbbell or whatever you're using for weight. Again, a can of beans works great. So this arm, I can do it. Again, one for me, the other side is what's affected by the neck issue. Take your time, up, and then slow on the way down. Up, slow. So hopefully we don't have to do as many reps this set because we know what we're doing. One, already got that pattern. We should be a little bit more familiar with it so we can get into it a little bit faster. Let's do 2 more. And then release. Again, go back to lightweight, shoulders, elbows at 90 degrees. Lift up. So feel the shoulder blades start to engage. Palms out, up straighten the elbows. Slow on the way down. Bend, up, out. How's the neck doing? Are you getting better at getting out of the neck and getting the shoulders do the work, getting that upper back to really stabilize so the shoulders can do the work? I do this for a living, and that was actually a really good one right there. So when I'm not talking, I do a lot better, but again, this is about both of us getting the workout, right? All of us, not just me. I am here for accountability, so I appreciate you joining me. We got 2 more, and then my 10 minutes are up. So Monday, 5 o'clock next week with the bands. And then again with bands on Friday at 12:15 next week. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you later. If you commented on Facebook, I will get to you shortly.